Very excited about this game that they got coming up. And already, just moving out across the map, the Juggernaut is going to be matched up, it looks like, against the Lina and the Sand King.
Warlock doing what he can, but of course Darkseer and Nyx Assassin just keeping to their agenda.
Yeah. I'd kind of like to see the Darkseer maybe TP back to home, pick up all of his items, and then just throw an Iron Shell on the Nyx Assassin before he leaves. Actually,
oh, the Nyx Assassin actually comes in. The Impale hits right as the Nightmare ends. Eris quite low, and there's a stun onto Bane just to buy some time to run away. Do they have enough damage to follow through? Eris running as fast as he can. Should be a getaway quite low. Nyx Assassin, no mana. There we go. There's the mana back, and there's the Impale. They catch him once again. A couple more hits, and that's going to be the kill for Waxy.
Very well played there. Yeah, this is the worry, though. Look at this Darkseer. He's actually maybe going to die to the Fatal Bonds if this Warlock keeps on getting the damage onto him. Nice little job there by the Tiny to dodge away from it, and the Life Stealer about to have his Midas completed at 6.5 minutes. I mean, this is the worry. They might even kill off the Darkseer. Yeah,
Darkseer does get caught out quite a bit too far. Surges, but has to run the other way for now. Is going to get the last hit in from Eris. That goes the kill to Lina, and now tied 1-1.
This is a level 3 Iron Shell, so he needs to be a little wary after the Rage wears off there.
Yeah, just using it to make sure that he can keep up in CS, of course, like you said, with that Midas. Oh, actually, Bane maybe goes a little bit too deep. There's the Avalanche, there's the Light Strike, and that is going to be a kill, going once again to Lina.
He did get the ward at the very least, but yeah, not the best in the world. On the other hand, he's a Bane, whatever, he dies, he gets the ward. It's probably actually fine.
Right, mission accomplished at the end of the day.
Oh,
Burrow Strike right on top of that Soundstorm, and there's a stun, but we do see the spin coming in. Meanwhile, Eris actually gets caught out a little bit with the Impale. Nyx Assassin shows up in time, is going to be enough. Eris goes down, the Omni Slash hits, and now we do have the Sand King caught out with the Nightmare Bane, just putting a couple extra hits in. Juggernaut does want to be careful, and there's the Burrow Strike to get out.
Pretty even movements around the map. This is what happens when you have a Life Stealer just is able to get free farm down bottom, pick up a 6-minute Midas.
Yeah, it seems like Cignal Ultra kind of happy to be patient, especially with how things have been going with the Life Stealer, but we do have a nice rotation showing up with the smoke. Juggernaut comes in as well. The Avalanche onto the Ember Spirit, but maybe used a little bit too early. There's the Fiend's Grip. Tiny doesn't have a way out. Nyx Assassin showing up as well. There's the Impale. That's 0 exits for you, and the kill going to GG on that Juggernaut as well. All right, both sides kind of trying to play it patient, seeing where the moves are, but Cignal Ultra seeming a little bit more confident in how the game's going. The slower pace seems to be favoring them, although they've had a couple
Jug saw them here. They know he's here. This
Juggernaut gets caught right in between the trees, and that's just a complete chain of stuns. Everything used to secure that kill. And now a lot of damage trying to be put onto that tier 1. The fortification comes in. Nyx Assassin trying to look for a catch from behind. Ember Spirit goes in from above. Gets the Slight, and there's the Nightmare. They catch one out. It's going to be the Sand King. He Burrow Strikes out. Gets both as he's trying to make an escape. Now Tiny shows up, goes for the blink, and then there's the toss. Bane almost going down instantly, but still alive for now. Gets the Life Steal out. He's running away. Meanwhile, there's the Impale onto the Lina. We do have a kill on each side as we have Nando on the other side of the map picking up the rune. Meanwhile, the fight continues as Ember Spirit chases through. Gets a lot of damage, and Juggernaut teleports into the shrine. Sand King now trying to stay alive in the Sandstorm. We do have Tiny running away, but here comes Life Steal with all the damage. There's no way you're going to stop him. He's just running in towards everybody. Now does need to make an exit. No more stuns here to help you out. Ember Spirit not happy about that move. Life Stealer, you gotta get out of here. Does get rooted in the middle of the lane, but there's the blade coming in again. There's the toss and the Avalanche. But too many people teleporting in on the side of Newbee. So much assistance. It's 4v2. Tiny gets caught. Now Life Stealer all alone. And now we do have the Warlock coming in to turn things around. The fight continues. Fatal Bonds on everybody. They just need a couple more hits to pick up the Ember Spirit, but not gonna get it.
So it is 2 drums picked up on Newbee, which isn't the end of the world nowadays. It's actually still pretty good because, you know, Juggernaut will often run through all of his charges early on. And it's oftentimes Ember Spirit also staying on the other side of the map.
Juggernaut caught out a little bit alone, did see them, but maybe moving a little bit too late. There's the blink, and there's the toss right into the chain stun.
I don't know if he had Blade Fury off cooldown at that point, but it would have been very greedy for him not to use it at that point in time. 3,000 gold lead now as they're going to try and build into the Echo Saber next for Tiny, accelerate his farm, and like we talked about, this is going to be a quick
another
burst.
blink in a combo, and that's just it.
I mean, this is the thing. There's so. I mean, if they take this fight afterwards, Warlock should have ulti back up in a second. I don't think that this is the fight to take.
Newbee seems pretty curious, so they're going to jump onto Life Zero. They do get a lot of damage onto him to boot. We do have the teleports rushing in on the side of Cignal Ultra, so Cignal sticking to that fight. They try to get the Avalanche, they're not going to hit it, but here comes the Warlock. Fatal Bonds with the Golem over all 3 members of Newbee. They need to run away as fast as possible.
That's what I'm saying, man. You can't take the fight like that when there's Golem up. It's just too close to the tower.
Oh, and now Newbee not escaping fast enough again. Blade Fury not used early enough. Jia goes down again.
And another quick couple of kills. They use Vacuum Wall there. It looks pretty good for a moment, but it's not good enough.
All right, Newbee, they are smoked up. Nyx Assassin, of course, staying ahead with his own invis, just trying to get a little bit of vision. A couple pings as we see some movement going into Roche Pit. Life Zero not starting it just yet, though. Everyone else from Cignal Ultra they're gathering around right at the edge of that vision. And now going to be spotted. As I always say, Ember Spirit trying to jump in. We are going to see the blink out. Warlock gets caught out a little bit. He just needs to use the Golem right now just to get it out, have it on the map. Meanwhile, on the other side, we do have the Fiend's Grip onto the Tiny. It looks like there's the Blade Fury coming out. The fight is split in 2. Meanwhile, we have SCCC going bananas as he picks up 2 kills, 3 kills. And it's going to be only 2 members left alive on Cignal Ultra.
The Tiny's starting to drop down as well here. Didn't get the Blade Fury off yet again, but Tiny trying to run.
Yeah, blinks out just in time. The Avalanche and Toss buying enough time. And Life Zero trying to turn things around right now. Is it going to be enough? Has to go through the wall. Is committed to pick up that Nyx Assassin. So they do trade 3 for 2. A little bit of a consolation for Cignal. Of course, Newbee has to be aware. We saw the scans coming out. Newbee now poising themselves to start yet another fight. They do know that the Warlock ulti's been used, so that's not in their danger. Nightmare on the Warlock, but Warlock just buying some time for the time being. Roche going quite low. Ember Spirit jumps in. Warlock does go down, maybe a little bit too quickly. Not enough time, but there's the Impale onto the Lina as well. That's going to be 2 kills once again for SCCC. Roche doesn't get finished. The Epicenter has to jump out of the pit, and now Roche goes down. Nando barely picks up the Aegis. He's still alive. He invests in onto the Sand King. They're ready for another fight, but Newbee has to back out.
Yeah, they got to be careful. It's Fatal Bonds onto all of them.
And a Burrow Strike under 3 people. As you see the Life Zero come back out, SCCC doing what he can. There's the wall right in the middle. The Aegis has been pumped already. Can Nando make it worth it as Tiny puts down the damage? Nando's back out on Life Zero, now teleporting out of there. He does get cut in. Ember Spirit jumps in. SCCC going for more kills. They don't want to let this advantage slip through. Newbee doing what they can. They'll try to pick up the Tiny. He uses the Avalanche. Is it going to be enough? A vacuum back in. Lina now going to get caught out as well.
Oh, Newbee, you did it to him. Easy peasy, triple kill for SCCC.
Nando shows back up, but it's not enough. It's a little too late.
They should have Warlock ulti. This could be big for them.
Yeah, Cignal Ultra, I think, looking to turn things around. Like you said, Lyrical, they're just waiting. They're waiting for Newbee to show up. They know that they need to be wrapping around. They've seen the smoke. They do spot the entire team, and we see the blink going in from Nyx Assassin, jumping away from the Life Steer. SCCC jumps in onto 3 bowls of dodges the Avalanche. Whoa. Tries to turn things around, but we're going to see Erwin pick up the kill right away. The Golem comes out, Fatal Bonds onto 2. Meanwhile, we see the toss going in. We do have kills going left and right. Nando still alive, going for a couple extra kills, but SCCC is the one to catch. Can you catch the Ember Spirit? No, we're going to see the Yules to keep the Life Steer in place. Nando, you don't have an exit. You're just going to have to be left behind by Tiny, and it's another 4 kills for Newbee.
Amazing positioning there, and you see the Ember Spirit with the BKB. He can just run right in. The mass tips right now as well onto the poor old Tiny, who was doing so much of it early on.
Like you said, Nando's still just way ahead, miles ahead of everybody else. 4K, 5K lead on top of everyone else, but the problem being the rest of Cignal Ultra. What can they do to catch up and get, I mean, what's the list of items now that they need? Ooh, Sand King, a little risky.
Nice play there, trying to contest for the bounty runes.
Yep, gonna go in, snag that, getting the stun. Actually, they're gonna commit onto the Ember Spirit, but there's a vacuum into the wall. Nice catch from above, and that's going to be another kill. BKB now popped for SCCC. He's jumping right in the Omni Slash, trying to chase through as well. We're going to see Darkseer just making everyone go on a merry-go-round chase, and a nice toss backwards to pick up the kill.
Sick play there, to be able to find that Darkseer kill. I can't believe that they were able to get that one, and the chase is not done.
Yeah, they're not done yet. Nice routes onto 3, and there's an Impale from above just to keep them at bay. Life Steer showed up, and a nice catch with the Golem onto 2, Fatal Bonds onto all 3, but do they have the speed to keep up? Life Steer, they're trying to turn things back around, and now we see Nyx Assassin coming in. There's the Burrow Strike, only onto 1. The Golem keeping everyone at bay. The Fatal Bonds still ticking, but not enough damage. Both sides a little wary to continue on with this fight. Sand King a little low. SCCC not going to commit, and the Burrow Strike comes out. They're going to need to make sure they just have the perfect opening to make it work. Another smoke coming in for Newbee.
Could be a big moment as they know that Roche can respawn at any point. Still just about 20 seconds away.
And a counter smoke here. Of course, invest onto the Tiny. So Cignal Ultra has everything ready. SCCC spots him, jumps right onto Eris. Eris, if you go down, that's another stun out of the way. That's going to be another kill. SCCC now not afraid at all. There's the BKB popped. Impale not going to hit anybody. The Warlock comes in for a stun on the other side, but meanwhile, it's going to be SCCC in the backline. Now there is the BKB onto the Tiny, and Lifestealer jumps out, trying to put down the damage, but doesn't have enough control on the side of his teammates. Sand King goes down as well. A vacuum now back into the wall. Impale to keep them in place, and everybody from Cignal Ultra just caught in the middle of this fight. Avalanche to keep them alive. Nando, can you get out? It's going to be 1v3. He picks up one kill on the other side. Juggernaut now going to chase through, and he's just jumping on top of him, putting down the damage he can.
Rampage.
Right before the tier 3, can he jump in? He's just committing all the way to the base. Catch this. Oh, the Darkseer tries to come in to assist. They're not going to pick up the final kill. Roche going down in favor of Newbee.
Yeah, it hit exactly one person, the Bane, and that's the position 5 that really doesn't matter at this point. This game is feeling like it's completely out of control.
Is that still intact if they're able to maybe hold off on this Aegis and kind of reset?
I think that it could be, but it requires so many things to go right now because this Ember Spirit has gotten completely out of control.
Well, all right, there we go. Ember Spirit not afraid of anything.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, in fact, actually just going to draw out that Abyssal Blade, using the Nightmare to keep him alive. They're not going to commit too much, actually, to pop this Aegis, so SCCC needs to watch out.
Wait.
There's a stun to follow up. They actually just get the toss right away on the Avalanche, and there's the Rock to come in. But Ember Spirit does get out instantly and jumps right back in with the BKB. A lot of damage coming in with the wall right in front of the tower, but meanwhile, Nando's been out front. Nando is dominating as he picks up a kill onto Fenrir. That's been the easier one. Going for a couple extra catches, needs some more bash, but doesn't get it. A stun to follow. There's another blink and a toss. They're trying to catch a couple more hits. SCCC doing what he can to keep his teammates alive. There's the cheese onto Juggernaut, and that means it's a turnaround with the Omni Slash, and Gia just picks up every single kill. A perfect bait into that fight as Newbee take down 3 members, 2 buybacks already on the side of Cignal.
I'm the real carry here. Get out of my game. This Juggernaut is owning people. Mass buybacks, but it might just be for naught anyways.
Yeah, that's another one. They need this just to stay alive. A vacuum to keep them in place as well. SCCC returns for another go at this fight, and we do have Sand King going down instantly. I mean, these rafts were gone from the start of that fight. It looks like Newbee knew exactly what they needed to do. All right, looking for a little bit more hope because there's still 40 seconds left on the Lifestealer. A full 60 on the Sand King, just running for the bounty runes.
That gives Lifestealer buyback.
All right, Lifestealer's now online, 30 seconds, but right now, those racks are already long gone. Giving up the second set, there is another tier 3 on the bottom side. Does Lifestealer go for the buyback? Do they go for a fight here? Warlock is a little bit far away. The buyback comes in.
And that might be enough to force him back. Good light strike array.
Nice stun onto 3, and there's the jump in, but the Blade Fury does come out in time. BKB on the Tiny, and there's a nice toss. Lifestealer now in range to try to catch everybody else, but a good Fiend's Grip, and that's going to mean that Lifestealer can't put down the damage. There is a stun on Juggernaut. Lifestealer needs to run for his life, though, and now the fight's turned around once again. SCCC shows up this time. It's going to be a little bit of a damage trade as SCCC says, I'm going to be the carry in this fight. Lifestealer trying to stay alive as much as he can. Pick up another kill. There's the bash is coming in. He's trying to get more, but it's 1v3. Gia is just too strong.
When they take him down, find themselves all 5 yet again. One more tip for the last remaining member of Cignal Ultra as GG is called, and Newbee doing it for their home crowd in a beautiful fashion.
Yeah, really, really well played. I mean, we saw a couple moments that could have been scary for Newbee, and Cignal Ultra, I mean, they didn't let go. They tried to make those fights happen for themselves, but little did they know that Gia was just waiting for the perfect moment to prove that he was a real carry.